Hey guys, this is Billy's RC here. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through my dad's Losi 8E 4.0. So to celebrate Father's Day, I thought I would take you guys through my dad's Losi 8E 4.0 buggy and give the overall setup of it. So this thing, just for a little bit of background, it was built late last year whenever these things were still out and you could actually buy them. But they're actually discontinued now, just to give anyone a heads up for anyone who wants to buy one. But so this is actually my first time ever building a kit, and to be honest guys, I learned a lot from this thing, and it actually does perform really well on the track. I can throw down some pretty fast laps with this thing, and my dad can drive it actually pretty easily. So you know, everything is box stock on here. So I guess starting from the outside, we have standard, or not standard, I'm sorry. We have Proline wheels and tires. The tires are Proline blockades, and they actually haven't been used too much, which is good. So the tread is still there, and they do get some pretty good traction on the loose surface that we do run on here in Houston. So that's good. And I do have the car kind of low riding, really just so the car can be kind of stuck to the ground whenever it's going around the track, you know, to prevent traction rolling and all that. So I don't remember what exactly I put in the shocks, but I think it was something like 45 weight or something like that. The rear definitely needs to be bumped up a little bit, but I'm probably going to do that after I make this video. And the standard 4.0 black wing. And the body is kind of the color scheme is supposed to be a mix of my dad's two trucks, his silver one and his metallic blue, which I think it looks pretty good, you know. With the style of body with this cab forward design, I think it does look really nice with the stripes. And it was also the first time me actually doing a two-color body, and I think it came out okay. You know, it's not perfect, obviously, by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, that is a cutout for breathing, I guess, of the motor. So getting off, I know you guys are probably itching to see what's under this thing. So getting off the body. So he did actually get to run this thing on Friday whenever I did go out to race my Mugen that one night, or it's actually a few nights ago. But anyway, here it is, guys. Here is the setup of this thing. It's very similar to my stuff, obviously, because I do know what's good. I know it's reliable. So I guess starting with the ESC, the power plant of this whole thing is a Hobbywing Max 8. And yeah, this is probably going to be my go-to ESC for just about everything now, because the Max 8 ESC, you know, I've never really had any sort of issues with it. The programming on it is super easy to do, especially with the free programming card they give you, you know. And before I had the Castle Sidewinder 8 or something like that, and I tried to, whenever I put the sticky tape on, it kept coming off and off and off and off. And it eventually just broke, so we just got this thing instead. And to prevent it from coming off, I did put a zip tie around it, and I know it's kind of janky looking, but you know, it gets the job done. And I honestly, you know, it's probably better that I do that to make it look janky just a little bit, to save, like, I don't know, like $150, but yeah. So for the motor, I don't know, the motor is super smooth in this thing. Super freaking smooth. I mean, probably like one of the smoothest motors that I've actually ever we've ever owned. So it's a 1515 2200 kV Castle motor. I'm not sure why it doesn't have as much like compression, I guess, than like my other 2200 kV motors, but it does. You know, it's a really smooth motor. I swear. I mean, I know it is sensorless, but it is just extremely smooth. And I do like driving it sometimes whenever my dad isn't driving it, or if I just want to try something else for, you know, just for the time being, I guess. And for the servo, we are running a Savox SC1258TG servo. So yeah, this is also my go-to servo for anything really. And buggies, I guess, they really don't do well in truggies, I've noticed. They really do work well as throttle servos for nitros, and they do work well for steering servos in buggies and short course trucks. So with that out of the way, I guess the radio system, we have the DX2E radio system. I know it's not much, guys, but you know, my dad doesn't really need a crazy expensive, you know, receiver and transmitter, and he is running the MyLapse 3-wire transponder. So he hasn't actually raced this thing yet, but he just thought he would get this thing just to have some fun with me on the track, and which I like, and I think it's pretty cool that he also likes to do it as well. Not nearly as to the extent that I do, but you know, it's pretty cool that whenever your dad gets on stuff that you like to do. So the build process for this thing actually went really smoothly. I didn't really run into too many issues. Well, I did shear off a screw here, but that was pretty much like the only issue that I ran into. But other than that, you know, it's a good car, the Losi 8e 4.0, and oh yeah, I'm also running the motor completely straight down the middle, just because it does need a lot more steering, because on our track we need more steering and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't really comment on the new Losi though, the new one, because I actually haven't driven one, but they seem to do pretty well on my track, and they seem to perform really well overall. But anyway, this isn't about the Losi 8X. This is about, you know, my dad's Losi, my dad's 8 4.0. But he does enjoy this thing. He does like the way it looks. He did tell me that I did do a good job on the body, which I was like, yeah, you know, it's alright. It's not the best looking body I've ever painted, but you know, it's good for what it is. And this part of the body is sticking out for some reason. Alright, that's good. That's good. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up though. If you guys would like to see more on this car, let me know. If you have any questions about it, also let me know in the comments if you would like. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.